What is up, everybody? My name is Mike Brown, aka Review King MB, and I just got done watching Bill and Ted Face the Music. This is a 2020 film that was directed by Dean Parisot. I think that's how you pronounce this guy's name. Now, I'll be honest, I am not the biggest Bill and Ted fan, not because I dislike the movies or I dislike them or anything like that. I just never watched them up until this past 2 weeks. This sequel is about 30 years later or something like that. And whenever they do comedy sequels that take that long to come out, they almost always, if not always, fail. This time around, we see Bill and Ted back once again. They're pretty old now at this point, right? They're 50 or so. And their music career never really took off like it should have, or like they were destined to. And of course, there's another world-ending event. Don't tell me how or why. I kind of already forgot like what the circumstances were behind this ending of the world plot. But it will end if they don't release this great song. This one great song that's supposed to unite the countries and unite all of these people together. So Bill and Ted have to travel through time, space, whatever, to prevent this. But also, their daughters are in the mix as well. Now, what I thought of Bill and Ted Face the Music is I enjoyed this movie. I did, and I am surprised. I am. Talk about being surprised about liking the first two Bill and Ted movies, first of all. But then, liking a sequel that took so many years to come out. The trailers didn't really do a whole lot for me. I mean, I didn't pay a whole lot of attention to the trailers, honestly, because I knew I didn't know what was going on. I knew I had to watch the original movies. I was mostly just off-putted by how much older Keanu Reeves looked. I mean, we've been seeing Keanu Reeves. It's not like he's been out of commission. He's been here. He's been doing movies. He's been kicking ass in these John Wick films, and he's been credible and believable in doing so. Maybe it's the shaving of the beard. I don't know, but he looks different. I think I would have kept the beard, personally. But as it stands, as the characters, I think both Keanu Reeves and Alex Winters, they do what they need to do. I think they're as good as they had to be. They weren't terrible. They weren't bad at all. I know that they're not maybe as silly and goofy. They are silly and goofy, don't get me wrong. But they're not as silly and goofy as they are in the first two movies. But I was okay with that because they're at the ages that they are now. I was okay with them being just a little more tired, a little more over it, a little more in a sense of, hey, we've been there, we've done that. Especially Keanu Reeves. It seemed like he brought that to the table. And I still enjoyed them, though. They still were nice. They still had hearts of gold. I've seen reviews. People complaining about the daughters. They have two daughters that go off in their own adventure to try to help their fathers. And the two actresses are Bridget Lundy as Billy and Samara Weaving as Theodora. And first of all, Bridget Lundy, I've never seen her before, I don't think. But her impression of being the daughter of Keanu Reeves, man, she got all of his mannerisms. She sounded like him. Like, she did a great job of, like, yeah, that's totally Ted's daughter, if I ever needed to see it. Samara Weaving, I guess they don't give her a whole lot to do. She's just kind of here. I was more impressed, though, that here's somebody that I saw in Ready or Not last year. She looked like she was in her mid-20s. And in this movie, she looks like she's like a teenager. I don't know. I don't know what they did. I don't know how she pulled off looking so much younger in this film. Also, the time travel element, it's a big part of the Bill and Ted movies. I think, obviously, the effects looked a lot better. I'm not saying that the budget was huge here. It probably wasn't. But I still I appreciated how they did the time travel, how that looked, how we saw the future and we saw the past, and just how they interwoven a lot of historical figures. Not the same historical figures. It was different types of music artists that I appreciated seeing those guys pop up. Other actors, Jillian Bell is here. Kristen Schaal, who I liked her character, I liked her in the movie, and I liked how it sort of paid tribute to George Carlin. Anthony Carrigan, I need to mention him because I didn't even know it was him until I looked up the cast. This is a guy that's been in, he was in the Flash TV show as a villain, he was in Gotham as Victor Zsasz, and he has a very distinct look about him just in general. In this movie, he plays a robot. He is like a Terminator of sorts who is sent to kill Bill and Ted if they don't come up with this song. And at first I thought, okay, you just have your typical Terminator-like character that's just going to be there. But then he had a personality. He had some jokes to him that I appreciated. His name's Dennis. And I very much enjoyed this character a hell of a lot more than I thought I was going to. William Sadler as Death. He is great in this movie. And look, am I saying that this is like the greatest comedy ever? Obviously not. Am I saying that this is going to be the best movie of the year? No, but I am saying that either a combination of this being on demand, so I'm just watching it at home, I don't have to go to a theater, I don't have to risk my life to go see it. It's an easy watch at the house. It's only an hour and a half long. I had fun with this. I laughed, I chuckled, I was thoroughly entertained all the way through. If this had sucked, I would be honest, I would say it sucked. I enjoyed Bill and Ted Face the Music. It knew what it was, it knew what it had to be, and it delivered. I'm going to give this a good date movie. So guys, let me know in the comments below if you too have seen Bill and Ted Face the Music. What do you think of it? Do you like it? Is this now just as good as the first two? Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Later!